Hey, what's up YouTube? Pallav here with another full review video. Today we have the brand new Samsung Galaxy On7 Pro. This along with the On5 Pro was released in India today, and we're gonna do a full review of this device. In the box, you see it's a fairly good looking box, I would say, make for India, and you have an S bike mode, VoLTE, voice over LTE, supported ultra data saving, and then some of the quick specs. It's almost stays identical to last year's Galaxy On7. 5.5 inch screen, 13 plus 5 MP, 3000 mAh battery, 4G, 1.2 gig quad core Snapdragon 410 chipset, 32-bit. Remember, the main differences are these two: 16 GB memory instead of 8 GB, and then 2 GB here instead of 1.5 GB duos, and then 14 regional language support. And that's the MRP. You can see 11,190, but you'll get it for slightly cheaper. MOB should be slightly cheaper. Inside the box you will get the phone. Here we have the gold version, and then you'll get the 3000 mAh battery, micro USB 2.0 cable with the 1 ampere wall charger, and a very entry-level earphones and some manuals.
So that's the On7 Pro. It's an all plastic body, and the look and design stays identical to last year's On7, except only the tiny change in the LED flash here. Rest all the ports and buttons are same as the On7. It's, as I told you, all plastic body. However, the look, it gives this nice matte finish aluminum look on the ring, and this fox leather back that first came with the Note 3, and I absolutely love this. This does not attract much fingerprint. Even the display, despite of being a glossy display, actually seems to attract less fingerprint than I suspected. You have this 5 MP front camera, and then your earpiece and some of the hotkeys there, usual button and ports over there. Here you have the 13 MP back camera, LED flash, your speaker grill. Then open the back flap where this 3000 mAh battery would go, and then your 2 SIM card slots plus the micro SD card slot. It supports 4G. The back flap is not very durable though. 171 gram. It's quite heavy that way, but despite of being a 5.5 inch device, it actually fits nicely into hand. The 5.5 inch HD display is only average. As far as I know, it's not protected by any Gorilla Glass or maybe any Dragon Trail glass. You have the icons are quite low res, and even our color card, you can see the contrast ratio is not much. You cannot totally differentiate between these colors, and it's a TFT screen, so your viewing angle is gonna be average always. So this guy is powered by Marshmallow. That's Android 6.0, and it has a very light TouchWiz skin on top, and I love using this UI. It almost never lags, and I actually like this TouchWiz UI on this latest crop of Samsung phones. They've really made the apps lighter. You see, that's the storage. Out of 16 GB, it says under 9 GB, 8.69, which is, well, I don't think it's much. And then you have your smart manager, where you can see only 42% RAM, and that's what I was talking about, a lighter TouchWiz UI. You have apps that are very light, and some of the animations are gone. You see, you still have the way you add your widgets and themes and those kind of stuff. You still do not have an ambient sensor, but those animations are gone because of that. Also, the shadow in the icons are gone, and because of that, I think that lightness comes, so that eventually that free RAM. So you get the usual Google Android apps, you get the Microsoft apps, and some of the in-house apps including S Planner, and also an S Bike mode, S Health. This phone info is ours. And then Opera Max for ultra data saving. Yeah, overall a very snappy UI. Let's check out the 13 MP back camera here, which is quite snappy. You see, I can go the highest resolution here. That's the highest 9.6 MP for widescreen, and then if you want to shoot 13 MP you have to go to 4:3, and it records full HD 30 fps max. See, it's not the fastest, but it mostly has, the whole UI mostly has a constant frame rate, so after some usage you'll almost know what to expect. And the front camera is slightly laggy, 5MP front camera, but it's very wide, so you can take those wide selfies. If you still want it wider, then you can have a sweep panorama kind of a thing. Let's change the mode, and here you have pro mode and beauty face and whatnot. In pro you can hardly change anything, the ISO, WB and exposure compensation scale, nothing much. Pro is pretty useless, really does not support RAW. So we checked the image and video quality. They are very good for the price. I can safely say this is one of the best cameras and this price point. The details are there, the sharpness is there, the saturation and hue are very natural, and we did not see much oversaturation happening. The JPEG processing is very good of this camera, and under low light there are some noise, but still it's doing quite well. The videos are sharp, not exactly end to end, slight fuzziness on the corners, but still I think very detailed video as well. Impressed.
I'm wildin' out. I'm leaning in. I'm leaning.
I see a very satisfying sound output. The output is loud enough, and at the same time it has proper amount of bass and treble as well. And what I like is the bass does not crackle even at highest volume. Again, very good sound output, at least via speaker. Let's check out the movie, what happens here. So even surround sound and the vocals in movie are good. We did some benchmark testing on this device, and it consistently scores towards the bottom, much below average. That Snapdragon 410 chipset with a 2GB RAM is a very entry-level chipset, and far behind the competition at this price range, at about 12K or even 11K price range, I would say. We threw in some games as well. It could play most of those quite well, except just a couple of cases of lag. So then guys, what do you say? Some pros and cons. Pros are mainly, one should be the camera, one should be the audio output, the third should be the very light TouchWiz UI and great RAM management. So these three are the main pros of this device. The main con is that all plastic body, and in addition to that, pretty cliched design. Actually, we've seen enough of this design now, Samsung, and some metal at least, so that premiumness is not there, which is with some of the other devices from some Chinese manufacturers in this price point. So that should be back, I think, the metal thing. So that premiumness is not there, but apart from that, this is a good device, but it faces very strong competition. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel and share this video to share the love. Thank you.